Alright, we are now going to start finding the queen. First and foremost, I have a queen excluder, and I know for a fact that she ain't on top. Go ahead and see how they're doing up here, though. And not the most bees in the world. This hive has been was queenless for a while, and so their numbers kind of dumped off. And then the queen was replaced about 3 weeks ago. Alright, and here are the bees. Now, she was replaced. This queen was replaced in a queen cage that is right in the middle here. So I made sure to have the queen put in a section that has a lot of traffic. Now when I find this queen, I don't want to spend too much time with her. Queens go off of pheromone or smell, and a new queen, her scent is not very strong yet in a hive. And so if you leave a queen out for very long, she or her smell could dissipate, and the bees may not know or recognize that that is their queen, and they may try to kill her. Now, when looking for a queen, there are things that we need to make note of. On the outside of a hive, generally there is honey. It is either empty comb or honey. And when you move inwards, you might start to see a change. That change will look like pollen. Now, we see some pollen. Now, looking close, I don't believe I see any eggs inside the cells. I take that back. There's a few, not many, there are a couple. But they might be old from the previous. So we are on the right track. We're already really close to the queen. We see plenty of pollen. And on the outsides, we have honey. So as the frame goes, it's honey, pollen, then brood in the middle. So honey, pollen, brood. Then we go to the next frame and we'll continue on until we find her. Now, already we see brood. This is cat brood. This is a wonderful job by a new queen, and she was accepted rather quickly. So whenever checking your frames, you'll see a lot of beekeepers. They might flip the frame over. Now, usually that's okay to do, but if the frame has open brood on it, flipping the frame around can damage the larva that's inside, or inside the cells. What will happen is you might accidentally flip a larva over, and then they can't breathe, and the larva will suffocate and die. They might also have some royal jelly in there. It's mostly a problem whenever you're dealing with queen cells. Now, I see eggs. So the difference between the larva and the eggs is the eggs look like little white dots. Now, although we are close, and again, on these frames, we have honey on the outside. So honey on the outside, and as we go in, we see bits of pollen. Now, I don't see her on this frame. This queen, I believe, has a white dot. She is a new queen from this year, and she has been producing very friendly bees so far. Same deal. In the middle, we have brood. In the middle, we have pollen. And on this one, we see more honey being stored than we do brood. I would would not be surprised if I've already passed her, but we'll keep going. Now, this is the frame that she was originally on when she was placed into the hive. Look at this side first, and we see that they are storing honey, more honey than they are brood. So this is a queen cell, there's nothing in there. We know she exists, and if I wasn't doing this video, I'd already moved on. We have the eggs. I'll go ahead and remove this. And they're all new. We see capped eggs. And so for my standards, we're fine. But since I'm already in this hive, let's go ahead and see if we can find her. Now, if this one's all honey, we're going to go ahead and go down into the lower box. So this side is honey. This side is also honey. So as I had said at the beginning, it goes from honey on the outside, then some pollen, and then brood. Now we're already at honey on the outside again. So our pattern is telling us that she's done up here. So she's probably down below. Now, unless she's moved up within the time of me explaining, we're going to be able to find her, hopefully, down below. Sorry, bees. My frame slipped. So one tool that's always nice to have is a thing to hold your frames in, so you don't accidentally yeet them on the ground. Now, as I go through this, I'm trying my best not to kill the bees. It happens. Now, it is June, mid-June. That means we still have some honey, but it is not quite as prevalent as it used to be. So, I don't want to be in this hive for very much longer. If we're in there too long, we end up getting robber bees. The robber bees are a menace. So we'll quickly look to see what we got. A whole lot of nothing, a little eggs and a little pollen. So that little pollen is telling me that there's a chance in the next frame. I doubt it, but we'll see. More pollen. Lots of pollen. So the larger bees that you might see flying around or walking around, those are drones. Those are male bees. And those male bees, they're big and fluffy, but they don't do anything. They won't sting you, and they just kind of run around, making you think you found a queen, but you really didn't. So it's kind of rude on what they do. Oh, I see some hive beetles. Hive beetles have been rather bad this year. You see in the boxes you have these little things. Now these are for the beetles. They are beetle traps, and I am using diatomaceous earth in them. Now there are people who don't like diatomaceous earth. And the idea is that if a bee touches it, they will die. Think of it kind of like a spike trap. It's not poison, it'll just shred the bee to bits. So this is a lot of pollen. And I'm betting on the next frame, we're going to find brood. Now, I use diatomaceous earth, mainly because it's dry and easy, effective, and I found it to be more effective than using Dawn dish soap. I can barely see that. More. pollen. I still don't see her. It makes me a little sad. She might still be up top and I just plumb missed her. They are drawing out comb in this one. Now, one of the things to listen for when looking for a queen is if you are in multiple boxes, you remove one box, you might start to hear what resembles a little bit of a roar. That roar is the bees communicating to each other that there's no queen. Now, I hear a little bit of a roar, but not a lot of it. I'm betting that we missed her. She might have been in a frame, and if you all watch this, you're going to be like, hey, yo, Mr. Best, she's right there, you're just blind. Which would be fair. If y'all can't tell, even on a hive that is not massive, it can be very difficult to find a queen. Now, this will be the last one I check for this bottom box. I doubt she would be on the end frame, but I suppose I'll give it a go anyways, just to be thorough. And a little sad one got crushed on accident. Sorry, little bee. So I have failed to find this queen, which is really sad. So one thing to note about the bees is you might notice that I'm not using a smoker. So on most types of bees, you're going to want to use one. You'll still notice that I'm wearing gloves. Those who don't wear gloves, what they're not telling you is that they did in fact get stung during the video. They're just lying about it. You might sometimes see them wince, move their hand a little bit. But I'm telling you now, I will always wear my gloves. Anyways, these bees are very friendly, but you can still probably hear some buzzing around. Some of them are still very mad, but that's because they're on the older side. Older bees tend to be more hostile, while the young bees, they're more relaxed. So I'm going to go ahead and close up this top and move back to this box. Oh god, that's heavy. I crushed 10,000 bees, I'm very sorry. Alright. Not the best job. So we're gonna try one more time. If we find her, that's great. If we don't, I'm sorry. White dot. Now they're agitated. Moving around real fast. That's telling me that they're starting to get mad. The longer I'm in these bees, the more I expect them to be mad at me. It's kind of like if someone ripped off the top of your house and then started watching what you did, you wouldn't like it. And then that someone is trying to find your mom. But you really wouldn't like that. You find her. If you see her and I don't, go ahead and judge me. Usually my eyes are pretty good. Otherwise, I might have to call this quits without ever finding her. The survival of a hive is more important to me than entertaining people. Wonderful cat brood. She did this in a very fast amount of time. wherever she is, she's doing a wonderful job. Again, she hasn't been in this hive for very long. There goes a drone over the top, trying to throw me off the scent. Now, to the next couple frames if I can't find her. It's gonna be best if I just move on. And we can try again with another hive. She's probably like right in the middle of this frame and I just don't know it. Or she's underneath the bees. She's probably like underneath her retinue. So a retinue is her little attendant stuff all around everywhere. And usually you'll see kind of like think like a boat going through the water. Is that the queen will walk and you'll have a wake of bees. And then not far behind you'll have a bunch of other bees following her and trying to take care of her. Buzz. You know what would make me really cry? Is if this queen had swarmed. But we know she hasn't. There's no sign or evidence, no charged cells. All the ones are old. All those queen cells you see are old. Crazy, I can't find her. The only reason why I probably can't find her is because I'm filming this. Down you go. You can smell the honey on here. Right now, it's mostly mimosa and sumac. I am trying to grow some sourwood. Although, I do not live in the right climate for sourwood. It's more of like something just to do for fun. Not expecting anything from it. The other thing that I'm also growing, there are no eggs out here. So it looks like I'm going to have to just call it quits. And that's fine. Watch me on one of these. I was kind of clumsy on that frame. So that's heavy. And they are getting mean. For fun. No eggs. She ain't on this frame. This is now just showing you the rest of the hive before I just move on. Again, more hive beetles that I do not like. Hive beetles are a pest. Now, hive beetles are probably my third least favorite thing in the world. My first, you would think, would be varroa mites. But it's really wax moths. I've had such issues with wax moths in the past that I now have a great disdain for them. So, sorry if you had your hopes up for finding the queen. Again, if you see her while watching, that's great, but today Mr. Best is blind and does not have the queen. Could not find her. So I'm going to close up the hive and move on to the next. I'll show y'all that some other time. Oh, did the same thing twice. They're gonna crawl up my pants just out of spite, and I totally crushed one. I'm sorry, B. Anyways, good luck with finding your queen.